And then we have Mercury moving into Scorpio the next
We
day.
do. And as I always said, journal when a planet goes into a new sign, because that sign boundary is basically saying like, I'm always doing things this way and now I'm doing it this way. It's just literally you go from an air sign that it was in and it's going into a water sign. It's literally like, making a splash. It like, you know,
Mm. Well, not
it's
only
quite
kind of,
impactful for when they move.
not only going from like, fire to earth, earth to air, air to water, but also, from cardinal to fixed to mutable to cardinal again. So they're all different kind of qualities as well. But, another way of thinking about it too is like if these are houses, and we call them houses, it's kind of like, Mercury was in Libra, which was the house of Venus. Venus, he's hanging out with Venus, being chill and cool and, charming and all that. And now he's in Mars's house, Scorpio. And it's a little bit different there. So,
The chairs are not as cushy.
no.
A little bit pricklier. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Very Spartan, perhaps. Or, well, actually, that'd be more Saturn, but yeah. Yeah, I'm just getting military school. But also, Mercury's going to be under the beams at this time. It's going to be combust, and it's not in its own sign, so it doesn't get to be protected and in its chariot. Um, and Venus is also under the beams because she will have moved away from her Cazimi, and she's not in her own sign anymore. So yeah, both Mercury and Venus won't be visible because the sun's too bright, too dazzling. So yeah, which kind of suits, I think, Scorpio. Mercury and Scorpio, I kind of think spies and, you know, stalking and yeah, good for covert operations, behind the scenes work, investigation.
But still journal because,
Oh
the
yeah.
planet moves into a new sign. It's going to have something to do with the how we communicate, how we do our commerce, how we do, the processes of the whole
Hmm.
whatever we're working on. That's what Mercury rules. So when that changes signs, you'll notice that something in those themes will change as well.
Yeah. And depending where Scorpio is in your chart, it will kind of that area will you'll be possibly thinking or communicating with people or topics associated with that house more. But because currently it's when it first enters, it's under the beams, it's combust. So you might feel that people aren't kind of really listening to you. So if that's the case, kind of, persist because, it's going to have that Cazimi when it gets within 1 degree. So it will have a chance there to be in the king's throne room before the king. And then, it needs to get 15 degrees away from it again, which by that time, it might be getting close to being in Sagittarius, which will actually be in detriment. So I kind of like Jupiter ruled Mercury, so that's just me. I'm a little bit biased.
Well, yeah, anytime I would too. I would like that as well.
But yeah, I just good for undercover, investigative. You might find though that maybe people associated with Scorpio house in your chart, maybe they don't seem to be listening to you, or yeah, or maybe communications are kind of somewhat hindered. Um, I know a lot of people with this in a natal chart, like Mercury kind of combust and that the sun, they kind of feel like, oh, this person doesn't talk to me or doesn't hear me, or, you know,
Yeah, it's a
interesting.
difficult spot for Mercury, but Mercury is usually spends a lot of time very close to the sun because it can't get too far from the sun.
Yeah, yeah,
It's an inner planet between us and the sun, so it's kind of
yeah,
stays and hangs around the sun all the time.
yeah. It's never more than, I think, 28 degrees from the sun. So,
Right.
oh, and that's
So
what I was
we're
going to
used
say
to it.
too. Yes, exactly. Because Mercury retrogrades 3 times a year, and it's kind of meeting up with this. So it could be meeting up with the sun 6 times a year, because I mean, he's coming, or Mercury's coming up to its superior conjunction, which is when it's conjoining the sun when it's direct, but it will also have an inferior conjunction when it's retrograde. So if you have approximately 3 retrogrades every 13 months or so, that's about 6 conjunctions with the sun every 13 months or so. That's more than any of the other planets get. So it's yeah, and it's usually a fast moving, and it's a trickster. It can dodge and weave, and yeah, he's quite agile.